39 years old.
Yeah, it's not that young. I don't know why you say it's so young.
You look very young.
I look young, yes. Well, I think it's wonderful. I think it means that the story that we're telling and that we try to tell in our magazine is true. Because what we're talking about is how technology is changing everything. So it's how it's going from coming from the university and coming from companies and going through a chain to normal people, everyday people. And if it's happening in the U.S. and now it's happening in Italy, that's good. That means it's all true. That's what people always say. Then people say, "So what's going to happen in the future?" And I don't
like a futurologist.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
But yeah, so what we think about newspapers is that they're slow. So they're not. Well, we all know journalists, right? So I don't look for ideas from journalists. I look for ideas from people who are doing technology or making change and are out there. And then it's our job to kind of bridge those worlds, bridge the world between the science, the lab, the startup company in Silicon Valley, wherever, and to understand what they're doing and trying to do, and then translate it. So we really think of ourselves as translators, not as journalists, kind of. Although we still have ethics, very strong ethics. You can't become influenced or influenced by the way you're covering. You just need to think about it. You know, we have to buy it all. We can test it, but we send everything back. We don't keep anything. We don't. So if I have an iPhone, I buy that iPhone. If I have,
sure.
I mean, our company has to pay for anything, because if we get it for free, then that could influence our judgment. So that's very important. So the big difference is when the magazine started, it was about something that was happening that was not necessarily visible to people. It originally was about this world of technology that was not evident. It was not obvious to people, and so the only place that they could hear about it often was in the magazine. And the internet was just the web was just starting, so it wasn't a culture. And so that world of trying to explain what was going to happen is over, because it has happened, and it is happening every day in everybody's life now. So what we're trying to do now that's different is we're trying to help people make sense of it, not to understand it or to
make sense of it,
to believe it, but to actually navigate it and to use it as productively as possible. So it's really, now I talk about tools. I talk a lot about technology as tools. Yeah,
power people.
Exactly. Wired is a filter. We talk about, so there are all these ideas. There's like a cloud of ideas out there, and so Wired is a place where people can get one specific filter on the future of technology and the future of our lives, and then we help explain it in these terms, and we try to focus on, you know, we have 12 issues, so we try to focus on 12 ideas a month or a year. Yes, a year. Hopefully every issue has more than one idea,
okay.
but at least 12 ideas a year that will explain to people how technology is going to change their lives. The transition that's going on now is that geek culture, things that geeks only used to appreciate, now are becoming the culture at large. So it really is a growing awareness where everybody wants access and everybody wants to understand it. So it's not, we talked about it, it's not a club. It's something that the more you can get people engaged in it, then the more people you can get engaged in the ideas.
Sure.
That's the mark. To me, that's the mark of success, and that's what we're able to do, because we're growing our circulation and all that, which is unusual in the magazine industry here now.